actually, we'll start our list. We're going to start some teaching supports around it, and text selection is one of them. Yeah. And what would you say in relation to text selection?
If we're just teaching fluency, then I tend to go down a couple of levels because I don't really want them to get stuck on.
Yes.
Hard work. That's not what I'm trying to get them through. So we go down to a level that's quite easy, just to develop that reading,
Yes.
pausing and phrasing.
So you're matching your teaching instruction to your teaching focus. So an easy text for teaching and practice of fluency could be the best way to go. Yeah.
And demonstrating the phrasing.
Yeah. Demonstrating phrasing. We've gone straight into, we can't help ourselves, we've gone straight into our teaching. Yeah. Demonstrating phrasing. Thank you. Now, people in the middle two tables were looking at this document that has a range, that has a matrix on it. And what were your insights from that one?
We spoke about breaking fluency down into the dimensions of expression, volume, phrase, and smoothness and pace.
Yeah.
Us a really nice way of consistent language with staff.
Yeah. And do we actually think about and then talk about part of fluency being those things, about phrasing, about pace, about expression? Do we teach for that and talk for that at school? I do hear reading smoothly or read like you're talking, but I don't know that there's a lot of teaching explicitly around pace or explicitly around expression as part of fluency. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Or am I just being a mean devil's advocate? That's where we should be doing it. We'll do a big brainstorm of the ways in which we might teach to this, but that's where we should be doing it, yeah.
When we use that reading aloud strategy with John Munro's the strategies that we were doing,
Yes.
we built a lot of the fluency stuff during that time.
Yep.
We taught the kids to phrase, the phrasing, the intonation, and everything else.
Yeah.
At that time.
Read aloud. And did you actually talk about things like pace and changing your voice or expression, that awareness and putting the language around it? Yep. Pardon? Sorry, Ayla.
Also the print, so we talked about the print, it's in dark print, it's in bold categories.
Yep. So interpreting the print, yep. Okay, any other points or points that came out of that matrix? Yeah, thanks, Helen.
It's not at a certain level, it's from one
Yes.
to matching, that's the fluency point.
Yeah.
Work on it from very early.
Yes.
Straight away.
That if we're working on these sorts of things in prep, in a really conscious focus, and then through grade 1 and grade 2, we won't have problems. I know over here there was discussion about a grade 2 student who's reading word for word and pointing at the words. Yeah. There's a matrix here, expression and volume, a matrix in relation to that. At stage 1, reads words as if simply to get them out, and little sense of it trying to sound like natural language, through to the stage of the reader is able to vary expression and volume to match the text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just no, and
Yes
it's
or a
not
no.
fluent, and then you're fluent.
Yeah, it's not either fluent or not fluent, expressive or not expressive. There are stages to notice on the way, and those stages are outlined here. Yeah.
That's a useful assessment tool.
Yeah. So that do you think that we look at or listen to students with that in mind? Do we tend more to it's fluent or it's not fluent, it's phrased or it's not phrased? There are subtleties and layers of and levels of understanding and difference that skilling our teachers up to know about and then to look for or listen for. Yeah.
So we talked about that, and it's a one page. It's a nice thing that you can do with your staff, so that you've got a common language across the school about.
Yes. Yeah.
Rather than a long explanation for kids, it's a short, sharp sort of behaviour specific
Feedback. Yeah. So So in our teaching, we would want feedback that is behaviour specific, and that means as teachers, we need to understand that and use that language. Also, Lisa mentioned having a common language used by teachers, and I know that down the front Sandra talked about that too.
Because then that then decrease the discrepancy in the gap and bring you consistently to the same thing across the school, which is the issue you looked at.
Yeah, that's right, links back to. And also if we've got students who are at risk and I express a particular point in one way and then the next year, moving from prep into grade 1, Sandra uses different words, that's just one more thing for that student to have to manage and cope with. So a common language to achieve consistency across the school. Yep.